Good afternoon, kings and queens, and welcome to Business Strategies and Tips with Lady L. I am your host, Lady L, of Success Beyond Strategies LLC, building strategies that become successful actions, helping business owners and entrepreneurs identify their vision, mission, and purpose, and turning them into legal, successful, and profitable business entities. This show is brought to you by the Bandit Exchange Group, a book club, a social club of like minded individuals with a powerful magnetic attraction that develops healthy relationships, positive personal development, and we share wisdom and experiences in generational wealth development and wealth preservation. Today's segment is called Business Empowerment Days of the Week. That's DAYZ of the week, sharing some golden nuggets to get you successfully and victoriously through your week. Guess what today is? Fresh Start Mondays. Yes, yes, yes. Yesterday, we had talked about a really important topic that I got some really good feedback from, and I actually had to experience a lot of what I have shared this past week. So, you need to go back to my YouTube channel. That's Lady Verne, LadyVerne. Like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and hit that bell because I guarantee you what will come through the feed you will need for your day. Because I'm telling you, everything we talked about last week, I experienced. I had to exercise the power of determination, the power of tenacity, the power of consistency, and oh, the power of flexibility. Ooh-wee. And the power found in regrouping. You have got to go back on my YouTube channel and check out those shows. When I tell you I had to exercise all of those powers in one day, life happens to us all. And even though you set plans and you make arrangements that God laughs at, you know, when you don't check with Him first, we talked about that even on Sunday in the Millionaires Marketplace Ministry call. Oh my gosh. When you share so much information with other people, I guarantee you, you are going to be a first partaker of what you teach, what you share, what you experience. And I tell you, we passed it with flying colors. We was able to bounce back and able to do all and exercise all of those things. You know, was spending some time with my purple table this weekend, and I'm telling you, we bonded through all of those powers, and it was so much that we have all learned about circumstances and situations and how exercising these powers really do work. So I can attest to them. Okay. So we talked about constructive feedback because that was critically important too. When you are facing challenges and circumstances and situations in your business, your ministry, your organization, the power found in constructive feedback is so important. It helps you bounce back from circumstances and situations quickly. It helps you be more critical in your thinking and in your analysis of what you need to maybe tweak or change or consider doing something a far more excellent way. And I'm here to tell you, it works, people. It really does. We talked about constructive feedback. There's so many types of areas in constructive feedback, but we touched on six on yesterday about being specific, being positive, and understanding how powerful recognition is, and to be observant and not interference so much. Sometimes you have to observe and sit back and assess a situation. And in September, we're going to reach back and talk about assessment because I introduced a lot on that and I got some really good feedback. So we're going to break that down into small bites because, hey, you can eat an elephant, but you got to eat it one bite at a time, okay? So we're going to tackle that in September, but I want to wrap up August with constructive feedback because I think that's so critically important in your business, in your organizations, and in your ministries and your entities. Because if you cannot give and receive constructive feedback, you can crash and burn your business. Because that is so critically important that when you have people that are serving alongside of you and people that are in your management team and your employees, that it is critical that you make sure that you give them that type of feedback that will want them to keep coming back to your work, to your business, to function and work, to work alongside of you. So that's critically important. Now, when we talk about giving constructive feedback, there is some core areas that you definitely need to consider. And this first area is so important because if you don't have this number one thing, you don't have a business, or you're going to be working that business very solo. And come on, you got to have a team. There comes a time where, as you're growing and developing, a team has to develop with you. And I'm so grateful that my team is coming along. It's slow, but it's steady. I'm just glad they're coming. Okay. So the first thing you need to establish when you're talking about giving constructive feedback is you need to have an atmosphere of trust. Even though these are people that serve alongside you, they may be employees, they may be management teams, you still have to develop a level of trust of them with you and you with them so that you can get the cooperation that you need to help function and run your business. So that is critically important. Being honest, being a person of integrity. Oh my gosh. You've got to mean what you say and say what you mean, and back up your word with some action. You have to be consistent. We talked about consistency last week. You've got to put together these characteristics and these elements so that you can establish a bond and a trust where people will want to speak up for your business. You heard me say that there's companies that, regardless of what level they're on, everybody knows the mission statement. When everybody is on board with your vision, mission, and purpose, you can get so much done. Some of you that have been following me, you know one of my favorite biblical characters is Nehemiah. The reason why he was able to rally together the people that served alongside of him to build the walls and to build certain aspects of the temple in the city of Jerusalem was because he established a level of trust with them and confidence. You know, he was able to come with the goods. The king gave him everything he needed to build the walls and to build the city back up. And when they saw that he came with the resources, when your business is a resource, when your business solves a problem, when your business is the answer to the solutions of challenges and situations for people with your products and your services. And you can see that level of trust that you have built with those that work alongside you. Loyalty will never be an issue. Now, there's going to be some that's going to test your loyalty, there's going to be some that's going to test your trust. That's their loss. Because when you rally those people that really are going to work alongside your mission, vision, and purpose, you're going to say, okay, I got this. We got this. And they will work with you. That when those people came up against Nehemiah with all of their murmuring and complaining, or why are you doing this? We don't need this, or whatever. Then people said, look, we got our blinders on. We don't see or hear this mess. We came here to do a job. They have their weapon to build in one hand and their weapon of war in the other. Because, hey, if you come and mess with us with what we doing, we going to handle our business, but we're going to make sure that this project gets built. You want that level of loyalty with your management team, with those that serve alongside of you. And they do that when they can see that you are taking the time to build trust between you and them and you, and that you are a person, a man or a woman of your word, that you are a person of honor and integrity and being forthright with them. Hey, because stuff happens in business now. But if you are upfront with them, that's what I love about my community, the Banning Exchange Group and Life Changing Alliances. When you're dealing in the financial arena and acquiring information and data to share with other people, you are establishing a level of trust over time, that people can trust your resources, that people can trust the information that you're sharing with them. And even though the market do what it do what it do. The disclaimers are out there to let you know. And if those that are in the financial arena, if you're not hearing disclaimers such as these, that they tell you the level of risk, they tell you, hey, don't put anything in the financial arena that you can't afford to lose, that understand that you have to be mindful about the trends and the different things that are going on in the financial society. the set it and forget it. We talked about this in our session, and I have to put this out here. When you are not paying attention to what you have been given stewardship over, you will lose it. You've been given an opportunity to establish a business, an organization, a ministry, and you have to be mindful of how things flow, how things go, how the industry is going, how the community is flowing and functioning so that you can be that answer, so that you can bring those solutions, that you can bring the products and services that will meet the needs of the people that are your clients and your customers. You have to be so careful not to be lazy and slowful in your business moves, in your business strategies and activities. You got to stay on top of what's going on. You can't just let things fall by the wayside. Well, oh, I'll just set that and let it do what it do. Even if you are in financial instruments such as 401ks and IRAs and Roth IRAs, you still need to check those statements that come quarterly. You still need to check your balances to see that what they said to you is doing what it do. And then you need to understand the industry of how it's going, so that if you need to tweak something, if you need to consider another platform or another opportunity, that you can make those money moves so that you can maximize the investments or whatever the instrument that you're considering doing. And I just love the fact that in our community, we give you the information, and it's up to you to make a sound, educated decision. And when you make that decision, stick by your decision. Take responsibility for that decision, because no one held a gun to your head to make that decision. You looked at the information, you did your homework, you made the right assessments, you made a sound choice. Stick to it and see it through. Sometimes you have to give some investments, some financial strategies. You have to give them time to do what they do, so that you can get the maximum out of that situation. So it's the same thing with your business. You have to give your business time. You have to give those that serve among you time to make sure that they're understanding and that they're clear in what they are doing for your business and with your business, so that you can see the growth potential that you're looking for. So trust is extremely important. When you are giving constructive feedback, balance the positive and the negative, because all feedback is not bad feedback. It may be unpleasant, but if it's necessary, if it's going to help that person grow and develop, and they can see that through the trust that you have portrayed to them. Okay, I know this feedback, because trust me, they know when they're not doing their best. They know when they're not giving it their all. They know when they're only giving half of what they know that they have the potential of doing. But if you at first address the positive, hey, first of all, thank you for showing up. Because you got companies where people aren't coming to work. They don't want to come back to work anymore, thanks to the pandemic, because they found out they can work from home. They can work more efficiently. They can get more things done. They can bring some balance to their lives. So, hey, they're going to go where they're going to be able to get these perks. So you want to make sure that you are establishing an atmosphere that gives these perks, so that people will want to come to work. And then when they do come to work, they give their 100%, and then sometimes a little bit more. So compliment them. Find something that they have done good that promotes your business and that have moved your business forward. Congratulate them. There may be some awards that you may give, some acknowledgement. Have an achievement board or something that people can see, and that they can have a little friendly competition, healthy competition, not something where it ends up being cutthroat, but something where it motivates and get people to engage in what your business is doing and serving in the communities in which you serve. Then if there's something that they need to tweak, again, you've established that trust. So set an atmosphere where, oh God, we're going to the principal's office. And so it's always something negative. But no, you want to, hey, can we sit down? Can we share a coffee and whatever? Just want to, talk to you about some things that I noticed that I, just want to share with you about it. And they won't feel so intimidated, so that they could be open to receive the constructive feedback that you're about to give them. And, again, don't overload them, but just, hit one thing, especially if it's affecting your bottom line. So, look, hey, we really need to talk about this because it's going to affect how I can pay you. That's one way of looking at it, and I want to pay you well because you do provide a good service. We provide an awesome opportunity here in your company. You offer a great opportunity for growth and different things of that nature. So you want to pull up the perks before you lower the mini boom on them so that they will be motivated and engaged to want to make a change and make a difference because they see that you trust, that there's that level of trust between you, and that you genuinely care. Be genuine, be transparent, be open, be honest to the degree that you can be honest without it turning into a gossip fest in your community, your organization, and your business. But make sure that your observation, which is the next thing, that before you make that positive or negative feedback, that you have grounds of good observance of their work. By letting I've really been watching you, and then you can open up with the positive, and then you can let them know subtly with the negative, yet firmly. But be very observant. Make sure that you have some sound notes. If you need to make some notes so that you can tell them something specific of a specific time or event that happened that made your antenna go up to be more observant so that you can sit down with them and give them that positive feedback. And most of all, please talk face to face, eye to eye. There are times where people do have some challenges with eye contact. Now, there are some that may genuinely be lying, but some people may have some personality issues or some emotional coverings that makes them look away. I'm guilty of it because it is true, the eyes is the window into the soul. And honestly, sometimes I have a problem. I don't want everybody in my soul because you have to take care of this soul. You have to take care of your person. You have to guard your heart with all diligence. So sometime to keep my train of thought, because if looking at you eye to eye can be a distraction to me and I lose my train of thought, I may look away to collect my thoughts, and then I bring that eye contact straight back because then I want you to see that I'm being sincere in what I'm saying to you. I just had to look away to collect my thoughts. So when I explain that to people, but and you can tell by body language if a person is just lying, okay? And that comes from being observant and really being involved in your observance of those that labor among you and with you. So you want to do the face to face, you want that good eye contact, sometime that leaning in, sometime that stepping back a little bit, sometime that innocent touch on the hand or the touch on the forearm, the wrist part of your arm, because again, it's about setting a comfortable atmosphere so that what you're saying, what you're giving the feedback or receiving feedback is received. Even if you're receiving feedback, you may want to touch that arm. Thank you so much for sharing that with me. I really appreciate that. And I thank you for your honesty, your transparency, and I will definitely consider what you've had to say. And the proverbial chew the meat and spit out the bones. If they're touching a nerve and they did, be honest with yourself. You don't have to say anything so much to them, but be honest with yourself and let them know that, yeah, I need to consider that. They really were spot on with that, and yourself. And look at it from this is why we call it constructive feedback, because it's something that you can construct within yourself, that you can redevelop within yourself and make yourself better. When you have people that work alongside of you that really have a heart for your business, your ministry, your organization, you can receive that feedback with some positivity because they're looking out for you, they're helping you. So you want to be positive in your receiving of constructive feedback and make the necessary adjustments and changes you need to make. And whatever you do, please don't take constructive feedback personal. It's based on an observation. A constructive observation is based on some positive things that were observed, some negative things that was observed. You've established that trust. So make sure that, even if you have to hint at it without maybe directly saying it, I really don't want you to take this personal because I see so much potential in you and I want to help you meet that potential if you are willing to want to grow and grow, because whether you stay with my company or you advance to another company, I think this would be something that will be very helpful in your personal development. And I want to be able to have that opportunity to sow into you. Whatever you need to say, however God gives you to say it, that it comes out in a win win situation, a positive experience. Evaluations do not have to be fearful and negative. It's all in how you put it out there to those that serve among you to make sure that they're getting what they need. And then sometimes you need to do that feedback consistently, because when people are looking at an evaluation, oh, this is going to mess with my money. So you don't want to always have an evaluation that gives the message, I'm affecting your money, because that's just being cruel. That's just being mean. When you can, there's a saying, you can catch more flies with honey. The concept of that is, if you want to gain someone, you can gain them better with some kindness rather than just being bitter. So take that into consideration. And the last part about, we're talking about this part of constructive feedback, be timely. And you can even take this into your personal relationships. Don't bring something up 3 or 4 weeks later that you've kept it in and it's been gnawing at you for 3 or 4 weeks. You're going to come at that person at the wrong time. It's going to be something that's going to make you snap off. And they're going to say, well, where did this come from? They're not going to have a clue. And you've just ruined your opportunity for constructive feedback to get the results you're looking for. Nip things in the bud. If it happened at that spot, things may be moving in the business where you not able to drop everything, but at the end of their shift, before they make their exit or whatever, just grab a couple of seconds. Hey, I just want to point something out to you that I think really I need to bring to your attention, and I think it's going to really be a help to you. And again, start off with something positive, but then address that issue. Don't do that in front of clients and customers. That's just disrespectful, just straight up disrespectful. And you don't want to disrespect people, because at the end of the day, if they're coming to your business, your organization, your ministry, especially if they're full-time or part-time workers, or they're serving you on a consistent, regular basis, they're due respect, because they're an adult and they should be treated as an adult. They should be spoken to as an adult. The word of God even says, come, let us reason together and come to a solution that we can move forward. So, with that being said, thank you so much for joining me today on Business Strategies and Tips and our Business Empowerment Days of the Week. This is our Fresh Start Monday. I can't think of a better subject and topic to start your week out, so that if there's something that you meditated on over the weekend about what happened last week in your business, your ministry, or your organization, take this time today on Fresh Start Monday to be able to review and assess and say, let me think of a far more excellent way of going about this. And if you need to start out with some constructive feedback to get your team on a high note to start the week off, then do what you need to do that. Trust me, it will be to your advantage. It will be to the health and wealth of your business. Please leave a comment, or even better, share this with your takeaways and of today's shows and any previous shows that you've looked back. I would appreciate your comments and your feedback, because that will help me better serve you in your communities in which you serve others with your businesses, with your ministries and your organizations. Remember, trust your journey. Adventure has called. It has called out. Will you answer, and how will you answer? And know that you did not start out today. You did not wake up today to be mediocre. So strive for that excellence. Count your blessings. Have a wonderful, wonderful finish, fresh start Mondays. I got my finish strong Friday and my fresh start Monday mixed up. Because I want to let you know it's time to take some power and found in these things that we're talking about this week. Don't forget to follow me on my Instagram. That's Success Beyond Strategies. That's Strategz. Like, subscribe, hit that notification button and that bell on my YouTube channel, Lady Vern. And if you need to have a consultation, go to my website, successbeyondstrategies.com. Fill out that information, and our team will definitely get back to you to set up an appointment to work with you to make sure that you are putting together a successful, profitable business entity. Don't forget to join us on our life changing alliances with our positive personal development on Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Our Zoom number is 404-333-8430. Then at 10 o'clock, you can back it up with our Managed Exchange Group Zoom call Monday through Friday. Our Zoom number is 924-039-3360, where we come together with like-minded, powerful magnetic attraction. Oh, we talk about everything. We're even starting some segment on some music because there's been a lot of great new music that has come out with some really awesome artists. And, we're looking at how we're going to work that out. So that was fun this morning. Thank you, King Craig, Mr. Trillions. So, with that being said, have a wonderful, awesome day. Have a fresh start Monday. Bye bye for now.